Hello, my name is Dr. Scott Young, and today we're going to talk about NESARA. Coming right up. Okay, so I'm getting a bunch of questions about NESARA. This is going to be a shorter video. I don't want to go through every little bit of it. By the way, if you want to know more information, I've got a ton of videos. Just look in the playlist with that. Subscribe, like it, and share it with your friends. So let me just share with you one thing that keeps coming up. You see, there's the Great Reset. This is the ugly elitist ideas that has the New World Order kind of conversations. It's exactly what Satan wants to happen in that. He wants to, they'll take away the Federal Reserve, reset it into another fiat type of currency. Now that's one way of doing it. But guess what? Donald Trump, my president, figured out a way to do it without that stuff. And they've been working on this since 1963 when JFK died. But they really were kind of formulating this. It took a few years after that time frame, and they've been spending all that time frame to do that. It's the White Hats doing it. NESARA is National Economic Stabilization and Reformation Act, okay? And there's a lot of conversation that keeps going on about that. But what people talk about, it's going to be signed. Like they think about it as a peace treaty that's signed in the Bible. What they're referencing when they argue with me is this. In Daniel 9:27, it stipulates that the beast, in essence the beast or this bad guy, is going to sign a peace treaty with many nations for the peace of Israel. And then in the middle of that time frame, he would break it and go into the temple and have abomination that causes desolation. So what we're talking about is we also see that as a 1 week period of time, which is also referenced as a 7-year period of time. That's the tribulation. And so when we hear this, I get this argument all the time. The deep state's won, they've taken us over. No, no, no. Okay? They've already lost and they don't catch it. The elitists are gone. They just are, the vestiges are there. And it's going to happen, guys. And so the reality that we're dealing with right here is this. In NESARA, it's actually dealing with a whole bunch of issues that I've shared with you before. But it's not like a signature to sign in with a whole bunch of nations in this way. Yes, we have to interact with the other nations. But Zimbabwe is going to have their own currency, their own constitutional government. They already do have that. But yet they've lost their way. And so they need to find their way back, just like we have too. We've lost our way. We've pulled away from all that stuff. And so all the nations are going to come into themselves. And we want all nations, you do too, you want all nations to be patriotic, take care of their people, grow. You see, when they're spending so much on war against one another, that is a big problem. And so some people think, that's the mark of the beast, that's the Antichrist, that's the false prophet. And it's none of those things yet. Sorry if you believe that way. NESARA has nothing to do with that. Will that other stuff, those end time issues occur? Heck yeah, they're absolutely going to occur. But it's a little bit off. NESARA is a time frame that is not understood in most situations of the Bible. It's off of an issue that we keep seeing, and it's hard to explain. It's in Revelation 22, it's also in Psalms 91, and there's several other areas that says the wicked will have a punishment. And that's the elitists. They have been into their pedophilia, they've been in all those gross things that they've been doing. And they've been hurting so many people, and they've been stealing our money in so many different ways with their fractional banking. The NESARA thing is just going to spin this puppy back into the federal government's going to kind of be an aside in that way. We don't need them to do that stuff. You think, well, you want to have, the debt relief. You'd like to have the debt relief. You want to have, universal basic income stuff. Well, that's actually part of the elitist plan. The debt relief actually is just wiping out the silliness, the craziness, the bankruptcy of the Federal Reserve. That is going to die. And in essence, it's already a part of it. It's already going on as we speak. So I know this makes people scared when they don't understand all this stuff. They see things on websites, but I promise you, I've spent a long time looking at this. This has been coming on for quite a while. And over the last year, I've built information. That's all I spend my time on, is these kinds of areas, okay? I don't focus myself on a whole bunch of other areas in life and study, but I focus on what the Word says, and especially in NESARA. So if you like what we're talking about, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thank you so much.